Alrighty. This weekend,
This weekend was
I
a lot.
can't talk right now, and this is not the best way to start this episode, but it also is. If you're a fan of Marvel and Game of Thrones, or just either one of those separately.
We just saw the latest episode, but even without that, we saw Endgame last night. So
while we try and figure out what the heck we're gonna say in this episode, we're just gonna roll our bike trail or intro. I can't even say that, and we'll see you on the flip side. I'm Pete, Yooni, that's Eric. Let's start with that question that everybody knows the answer to. How you guys feeling? Eric, let's start with you.
This weekend's a lot. Literally.
Without going into a lot of Endgame spoilers, because we won't, what we will say is that we all decided to see Endgame yesterday. We just watched I can't even talk.
We
just watched Game of
last
Thrones.
night, and we just watched Game of Thrones tonight. So back-to-back nights
It's
of emotional roller coasters. We're done for the count.
I would say Endgame hurt us in the heart. This just mentally destroyed us.
Yeah.
like I said,
You guys just go talk. I'll chime in if I want.
we as an audience are Sir Arthur Dane. Howland Reed is Endgame stabbing us in the fucking back, and then this episode just took us down like fucking nuts.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, let's not talk too much about Endgame. Main point is, it's an emotional roller coaster. And
that
fuck you
like
up.
Yes, that's all we will say about that.
Yes, because we don't want to spoil it for anyone else who hasn't seen it yet.
Yes.
But yeah, this episode.
We will spoil this episode of Game of Thrones. So
Because that's why I'm
spoiler
here.
warning, and this is what we do every week. So spoiler warning, and begin, boys.
I want to go first.
All right, well, guys, shall we go for the big moment, or do we want to beat around the bush?
Let's save it for the final.
Yeah.
We'll beat around the bush for a bit. Anybody have thoughts to start?
So that beginning is fucking chilling.
Yeah.
It was just, I feel like it's just me personally, but it kind of reminds me of the ending of Star Wars Episode 2. Now, regardless of what you feel about the actual movie,
Yeah.
you know
I
that
what you're
final
talking about.
scene where all the clones are gathered and they're like getting ready to ship off?
Yeah.
And now that kind of gets you, really, it's kind of how that scene's fucking chilling because it's a big army and it's foreshadowing the Empire.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like that. We don't know what's coming, and even in the context of Star Wars, even though we know it does, a lot of people at the time didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if like the younger kids watching. So it's pretty fucking chilling, even from the opening alone.
We got that slow piano later in the episode, but now that I'm thinking, I feel like it could have been kind of cool if we got like a slow little like drum or something, maybe even the piano too, to just add to that stressfulness, or just absolutely no sound, audio, nothing.
Yeah, see, I would disagree with adding drums or any sort of, music, because that will keep your butthole clenched the entire time. Like, they want you to get wrecked.
Oh, God.
So, no music is just going to add to the tension because you don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
What would be worse right now? No music or the bomb hot sauce?
I'll take the bomb.
Eric, you've done it.
I don't know how to answer that.
You've taken the bomb before.
I say these equal out.
Oh, Christ.
Although, speaking on like the episode 2 thing, in Infinity War, when you see the Wakandan army, you can see how like nervous they are because we've seen in Black Panther
And how few they are.
Yeah. So like you can tell they're terrified.
Yep.
And it kind of carries the same feeling with the Unsullied and whatever's left of the North.
Yeah.
So, but like the thing is, we knew what Thanos' army was capable of in Infinity War. This we really didn't.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So let's do a quick roundup of all the characters that died. This is actually gonna be pretty quick, which surprised me. I really thought they were gonna kill us in both literal terms here. Yeah. But I guess the biggest character that died in this episode was Jorah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, when I think about it, it was really only like 4 characters that total died.
Jorah,
Lord Friendzone, Theon,
Ed,
Ed,
and
Lyanna. And
the eye patch.
The dude that keeps getting brought back. I can't think of his name.
The Lord of Light. We'll leave it at that.
Sure, the Lord of Light dude that Thoros Amir was constantly bringing back. Yeah. But that was about it, I think, in terms of like named characters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do we want to count Melisandre at the end?
Sure, let's count Melisandre at the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when she took the necklace off.
Yeah.
Faded.
Yeah. Force ghosted herself.
So to speak.
Yeah, but that one was actually kind of surprising. I didn't see that coming. Yeah. Out of all those characters that died, with the exception of Jorah, because we didn't see him turn into a white, that was after. So of the ones that did die,
Thea didn't turn into white either. Right.
So I guess it's really just between Lyanna, Ed, and we don't know about Lord of the Light dude if he actually turned or not, but he died before that.
Yeah.
I think I saw a shot of him.
I want to say, like, just for the sake of this argument, let's say we did.
He probably did.
So out of those 3, who was the most? I don't know if surprising is the right word or not, but the most just like, oh fuck,
Lyanna.
Yeah, I would agree.
I would agree with that too, because he was just like, oh my god, imagine like she's bad enough. Like, when I say bad enough, I mean like badass enough.
Yes.
As a human.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid to fight her as a white.
Yeah.
Then again, I'd be afraid to fight her as a human. Yeah. Or fight any whites as well, but...
Like, she's tough, man.
We are like, we are at least 7 inches taller than her, and we're all terrified of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally every scene you ever see of her, you're like, I don't have balls. She's got balls.
Yeah. I mean, we were watching the inside the episode, as we always do. Yeah. Kind of get ourselves some context before we go into shooting this. Yeah. But they were, I think it was DB Weiss that said it, that Lyanna Mormont was supposed to be a one-scene character. And then they met Bella Ramsey, and they're like, never mind. Let's get the most out of this because she's a badass.
Yep.
And they were like, they were also talking about how they couldn't give every person a big death. Yeah. Which makes me think there's probably some others that are main characters that we don't know yet. Yeah. Or named characters, I should say, not main characters. But the fact that they were like, yeah, let's give her a death just felt so accurate. And does it surprise anybody that as she's dying, she kills a giant? Like, that just feels right. It feels normal. Yeah. That Bella Ramsey, I don't know, I'm just BSing here. 4 foot of her killed a giant as she was dying. Like, what? Oh.
I think it makes sense when you watch the behind the scenes bit.
Yeah.
When they always watch that. It's always a fun thing to watch.
Yeah, just the fact that literally taking the smallest person you think of, or one of the smallest at least, going against the biggest person in their army.
Yeah.
And just
good
like
1-1.
Yep. Yeah. Hi 1-1. Bye 1-1.
Yeah, really.
You stormed Winterfell a second time.
So okay, let's do this. This is actually a fun one. Out of the, we'll say 3, the main 3 people that died in this episode, who do you think had the best death? Jorah, Theon, or Lyanna? Or the most meaningful, most just overall encompassing best death?
Truthfully, I can't really give a winner to that
topic.
Yeah,
honestly, everybody had a fitting
each one had a different one, but each one was respectful in their own way.
Yeah.
Jorah served Dany her whole life, so he dies.
He dies honorably.
Dies quite literally to his last swing of his sword.
Yeah. Theon literally ran into death,
but
knowing he was gonna die.
Yeah, afraid of death this whole time, but he finally. Well, I also want to say he's finally fighting for something he's believing in and nobody's forcing him to or anything.
Yeah. I guess we could say he finally grew it back.
Oh, yeah.
My mind is in a terrible place.
Still too soon. Rest in peace, balls.
You're not wrong, but
I'm not wrong, but you know what? This episode is no filters.
Yeah.
Cause like
also he literally, from a real world perspective, he saw the devil and charged at him. That takes fucking balls.
It does. And he was just like, I'm gonna die. I might as well just do it my way.
Yeah.
Instead of running away. Buy this kid a couple extra seconds.
Yep.
But
And well, Liana we already talked about, so
Yeah.
Who is the one character you're surprised that didn't die in this episode? That at least we know of. Or at least didn't that at least that we don't know of.
I don't know. Part of me wants to say the Hound, but I also feel like
Okay.
I'm gonna say Jamie.
For me it's Brienne.
Yeah.
I thought
For me,
I know I think I was talking with my sister earlier. I think she also thought it was gonna be Brienne because they made this whole thing of making her a Knight of the Seven Kingdom now, and it was just like, oh, watch now they're just gonna go fucking kill her because that's just Game of Thrones for you.
Yeah.
They give you a title and stuff, and
Not even a baby's safe.
yeah,
All of Robert's kids and whoever Ramsay's brother was.
Wait, what?
Ramsay Bolton's brother, the baby.
Oh right. But
yeah.
Also, wait, hold on. Is Gendry still alive? Because we didn't see anything about him.
I wouldn't doubt it if he survived, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he dead.
Wait, you would? Okay, sorry.
he's saying he wouldn't be surprised either way.
Yeah. All right. Who out of people that we didn't get a confirmed death or life notice for?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say out of people that we don't know if they're alive or dead, who do you think is dead? Did that make any sense at all?
So basically another death prediction, basically.
Yeah, death predictions. Yeah.
Sam.
I could kind of see that too. It would suck if he was, but
it would really suck.
Because the last thing I saw, or the last thing we saw of him was
getting
he was
dog piled,
buried.
but big.
Yeah.
But
So.
this is Game of Thrones and not Lord of the Rings. I want to say he's dead, even though I don't want him to.
We'll find out in the next episode who's around.
Yeah, really. Eric, what about you?
I pretty much would agree with that. Probably Sam, if anyone. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure because I couldn't keep track the whole time.
Honestly, I almost
the dark atmosphere was very fitting and made it more chilling than it was.
Yeah.
But it was also very hard to see.
It was, yeah. We are, Eric and I, since we filmed this at our place, are very lucky. We have a TV with HDR.
Yeah.
So,
God bless.
we were able to see a lot still.
Yeah.
I don't think Fire has ever looked better.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we were fortunate that we have the TV that we do.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've been getting text messages from friends, and they're just like, I could not see half of the episode because it was just that dark. So, I mean, do you guys have anything else that you can think of yet? At least?
You mean before the grand thing we want to talk about?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so let's wrap it up with that before we go to the preview.
Alright, so...
Arya being voted MVP of the game.
Literally.
Arya is the savior of the world is a better way of putting it.
Yeah.
Again, we watched the behind the scenes thing, which cannot recommend enough. And they basically said, yeah, we've pretty much been planning that for 3 years. And I'm just like, what? Huh?
But at the same time, it makes sense.
Fits. It fits
does.
so well.
Yeah.
But, and they even said, yeah, it could have been Jon.
But
Would make sense to be Jon, but it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just, I don't think anybody would argue that they're disappointed with it being Arya.
No.
Because it was badass, and I'm totally here for it.
Literally, my face when that was going on, I was like, no.
We were all
I'm not gonna lie. When the Night Kick first grabbed her, I was expecting her to die right there.
I was so nervous there.
I was like,
because that could have gone
our girl. our buddy Brian's girl.
Yeah. Now, that could have also had an alternative way of going about after she got grabbed. It could have either been the drop, which makes sense now.
Yeah, the drop.
Or that could have been a setup for Bran to just, like...
Warp. Oh. Well, he was too far away, though.
True. Yeah. Or at least throw it if he somehow has the ability to.
Yeah.
But...
his destiny to defeat the Night King. No one said he had to do it physically. He just had to gather the right pieces. He's like Master Yoda.
Yeah. I mean, there's always been a theory out there that Bran is Bran, who's Bran, who's Bran. Meaning that Bran Stark in present time is really Brandon the Builder. So basically, he's been long conning this. Or playing the long game for the last 1,000 years.
That just further proves my point. He's Master Yoda.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. Is that it was kind of just he knew who he had to have there. Mm-hmm. Kind of like oh God, what was it that I saw recently? I don't even remember.
Anyway,
we are all just mentally drained at this point from this episode. But
yeah, in general though, Arya was probably my favorite character in this episode.
What do we say to the God of
the
Death?
action in general in this episode?
That moment?
Which moment?
Sorry, Eric. What do we say to the God of Death?
Not today.
Like when I heard that, I was like, what did she say?
No, but literally every moment that Arya's around, that's when I got like the biggest goosebumps, or I got the biggest like F yeah, because like all the action in general in this episode was pretty epic, but it was also like epic predictable in my opinion.
Yeah,
like you knew that stuff was going down and that stuff was gonna be crazy. But every time Arya was in a scene, especially like her like wielding the staff.
Oh my God! Yes.
I love that so much.
And that's the same staff that she had Gendry make specifically for her. Because she knew. She knew.
Mm-hmm. I also love like I describe this as like the Battle of Helm's Gate for our generation, and the Battle at Helm's Gate in Return of the King.
Oh, I'm sorry. It has been so long since I've seen that movie.
I'm sorry. But yeah,
I was just like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
I can only imagine what like Lord of the Rings fans felt like when they saw that, and us seeing this.
Nothing.
Yeah.
One thing with the Night King. Mm-hmm. Since I'd be very surprised if he came back to life. No. And after the episode, they pretty much confirmed he's definitely dead because of where Arya stabbed him was the same place that he was created by the Children of the Forest. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's definitely done so.
So does that mean it's not so much what you kill him with, it's where you kill him?
No, because
well, a regular sword wouldn't do anything.
I think they said he was created with Valyrian steel.
No, they said he was created with dragon glass.
Oh, okay.
That's why
Valyrian steel is what he was stabbed with.
Right, but I thought they had said that he was also created with it. It doesn't make sense, but rewinding to when he was still alive. Also, this is a fun thing that I'm just gonna say. To me, this episode, the Night King looked like Daniel Craig the whole time. So I'm just watching and be like, okay, James Bond,
No, in general, like, I agree. He does have that Daniel Craig, like, look.
Facial structure.
Yeah. But in general, whether it was Daniel Craig or whoever, he just looked different than previous seasons.
He looked a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
Just something about him, again, structure-wise, looked different.
This also was the most we've seen of him.
That's also true.
Which was great.
Yeah. Also that atmosphere around him. It's like...
Oh my God.
Not even just like he's a villain that has to be stopped. He's a force of nature. Mm-hmm. Like, Jon could have easily just charged at him, but like, he's like, no.
Yeah.
He's like, come at me if you want, but there's no stopping me. He just
exactly.
raises every dead body around him. He's like, try.
I mean, we've known that about him since Hard Home.
Yeah, but it's like,
Which that moment was just the first moment of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that civil war in King's Landing is gonna mean nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, if the living win and we've betrayed them, they march south and kill us all.
Yeah. So I got confused there for a second. That took me a minute to be like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, right, he's talking about Cersei.
So, you know.
Dragons. Viserion Dunzo, obviously. we don't know about Rhaegal, but we saw Drogon, so he's fine enough, I guess we could say.
I guess he's just got a lot of scars on him now.
But, I mean, I didn't catch it, but did you guys catch any more of Rhaegal after Jon dismounted?
I don't think so.
No, I want to say he's dead, but he's likely just taken out of commission.
It could be that, too. Alright. You guys ready for a preview, or do you got any final thoughts?
Nah, let's go to the preview.
Preview, and this is actually something we talked about last week that I thought they would have done in this episode, but Yooni here was spot on about it. You were like, I said they were going to add some cutaways into this episode of King's Landing, kind of like what they did with Battle of the Bastard. Because this was, frankly, essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But even in that, still had cutaways to King's Landing.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised we didn't get in this episode, but seems like next episode's going to be full-on King's Landing, nothing, well, not full-on King's Landing.
But recovery
of Winterfell and some King's Landing.
Yeah.
And Dany looking a little too confident. I'm going to say it. I think she's going into this a little too confident.
That's what I said about Arya last week about how I felt like she kind of felt like she was taking the whole White Walkers are death part a bit too okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it kind of bit her in the ass in this one where it's like she's clearly terrified out of her mind.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about Dany from watching the preview.
Yeah.
I think she's being a little too confident.
Yeah.
And Cersei's too fucking smart for that.
Yeah.
I don't even really remember most of the preview. It was a lot of Cersei. It was a lot of Euron Greyjoy.
He got on one knee though, so maybe he's finally gonna popping out a ring.
Well, he's been trying to marry her for a while. It's just her shutting him down before he could do anything.
Yeah.
But we didn't see Jaime marching down. That I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a lot.
Jaime will probably kill her.
I hope so.
Yeah, and
that way he can be not just the Kingslayer, but the Queenslayer.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted the Clegane Bowl.
I don't think we're getting it. If we do, it might just be a quick scene.
Yeah.
But
let Rory McCann just go fucking ape shit.
I don't know. Like, after the tone of this episode, I don't think they're gonna do it. I just don't. You know?
Yeah. I do appreciate that he had to take a second though, because
that was interesting.
The fire, because Gregor burned him.
True, but he seemed fine up to until basically he started seeing all of death come over the walls.
Yeah.
I think that's really why he needed the moment. But it didn't take till the Lord of Light basically pointing to Arya almost dying for him to be like, oh right, yeah, hi. But I don't know. Just a final thought for me. I don't think I'm ready for next week's episode. I kind of wish we had a week off, so we could just all recover from just this episode.
And the worst part.
Technically, we have a week off. Think about it. It's just 1 week till the next episode.
I know. No episode next week. We have.
I figure that's what you meant. I'm just being that guy.
How dare you? How dare you mess with my brain like this?
If it helps,
my brain is messed. Why do you think I'm talking like this?
If it helps,
Fair.
I'm seeing Endgame at some point this week before we see.
We're
Thrones.
seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah. So
we're seeing it again tomorrow in 3D.
Best part is none of us can afford a therapist.
We're our own therapists, and I'm gonna cut that out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not putting that in there. I'll put in the thing about us seeing it in 3D, but not the therapy part.
Yeah, but.
Oh. So. Yeah. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm good too.
So this has been a nice, probably not all that abridged version of Watch Thrones reactions.
No, probably not.
But it's just, yeah. I think we're kind of the nice thing about this video is I'm pretty sure we're all feeling the same way the rest of the world that the rest of the Thrones watchers feels right now.
Pretty much.
So till next time.
Winter was coming. It came and it's
So does that mean the long night's over now, or is the winter still gonna happen?
I think winter's still gonna happen. It's just not
with the whites. Yeah, I was wondering that.
It's basically gonna be like Christmas and not without the bad weather.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm Pete.
Yooni.
Eric.
Thanks again for watching. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. But please, if you don't like it, let us know what it is that you don't like. Maybe it's something that we can actually change. Maybe it's not. But getting the feedback of what you guys think we can improve is a big help. So
if you like what you're watching, please subscribe and check out our other videos and hit the bell button too, please.
Bye.
Bye.